My girl's gonna kill me again, guys. But let me get this thing in the box. Keep going on with this one. Oh, this doesn't even feel like seeing anything. Giving me a nice smooth finish, but I think this is more mainly for like after the paint's done. I'm gonna relocate us. And I'm gonna go get the tripod. Hang tight with me. Actually, I don't feel like going outside and getting seen. People out there that will ask me to do things. I don't want to. I'm sorry, but I'm being selfish today. I'm gonna end up fucking this thing up and I'm gonna get pissed. Grab my thing. Dummy. You guys are gonna have to ride in the pocket for a minute. Maybe everything else is fitting. Alright guys, one of these days I'll get a hang of this live streaming thing, and I'll have these things like already set up. The thing too is I can smoke butts down here and not feel bad about it. Luckily, we don't have any visitors yet. Alrighty. Set up. Fringe it, no biggie. have my son this year for Halloween. Sure, if I asked, his mother would have gave him up, but all of his friends are out there, and I don't like the city. This thing is pretty much already body worked. I just wanna give it a nice little scuffity doo-dah before I put a coat of paint on it. I'm gonna go too crazy. No pressure at all, just literally letting this Santa block do the work. So I don't really want to break through the primer. Yesterday I had to make a special trip out to the city to see my son because he wants to be Jason Voorhees. For Halloween. And I had a it used to belong, it was my grandfather's. It was like a mechanic's jumpsuit. And it was blue like the one Jason had. This thing must have been multiple different colors. I see blue, I see white. Anyways, so I had a blue jumpsuit that I dropped off to him yesterday. I think I met the little bastard that's getting him in trouble on the... I shouldn't talk like... I don't know the kid. I don't know. It's a little kid. I'm about to call him a little bastard, but... I think I met the kid that's getting my son in trouble on the bus. They were fooling around with each other all the way up the street, so I can only imagine what they were doing on the bus. Getting himself in trouble on the bus lately. Kids. See, I have to... I didn't get to do the parenting job like most people get to. You're never prepared for it, but when you get to do the job since they're a baby and they grow up around you and all that, it's a little bit different than when they're taken away from you. When they get dropped into the job when they're a preteen. And they got nothing but resentment and disdain for the whole world. of it. I got him his jumpsuit dropped off. Hopefully he's having fun tonight, not getting in trouble. This is as ready as it needs to be. Got the perfect box to put this thing into once it's done. Nice little bag I can put it in. Wondering if I install the emblem after I get it painted, or I just leave it off until it goes on the car. It needs a little more attention. So it was damaged. That sucks. I'm gonna have to fill that in. I'm not too worried about it though. Yep, it's gonna have to get filled in. It's plenty good for right now. It did have a decent crack in it right there, didn't it? I'm gonna have to bring that all the way down, fill it or something. I feel like if I kept going at it, I could smooth it out, but I don't want to go too far. I have to find some kind of cleaner or something. Shit down here, I don't think. Fuck off. Just do that for now. Hang it on that thing over there. Let's see. Glass cleaner. Something tells me it's not the ideal. Hopefully it don't fucking kill matte paint. I'm gonna break the ends off of this iron. I already know it. Wish I had some prep all. That's what I need. Freaks me out when I'm down here by myself and I hear footsteps because part of my basement is attached into the neighbor's apartment. So like we're underneath part of the neighbor's apartment and parts of this basement. So when they move around in their place, it sounds like they're in my place. I get bugged out. In my previous life, it wouldn't have been out of the realm of possibility for someone to kick in the fucking door and be looking for me. But those days are gone. Don't have to worry about that no more. All right. I gotta find somewhere to hang this from real quick. Basement isn't very tidy, you know. Oh, God. Fucking bike frame right there I could have built for my kid. Kid said it was gone. These I've been hanging shit from, but I had a nut for one of these. Don't. All right. I guess we're gonna put it on this thing. I'm just gonna paint it on there. Fuck it. A little hanging apparatus is only. Windows busted. Window open. Completely blow up the house with paint fumes. That open. This table's already fucked. Acid reflux is building up. Fuck the fan, it doesn't even help. We got one viewer. What do we got? Any comments? Oh, we got comments. Hey, Frankie. Hiding down in the dungeon. We're just giving this beast a quick light scufferoni before I give it some black paint. And then yeah, it does look like Braille, doesn't it? But my emblems fit in here. I'm kind of debating whether because this is going in a box when I'm done with it. Kind of debating whether I install the emblem and then put it in the box, or just leave the emblem off it until I put it on the car. I guess it really didn't matter. See if I can get this set up over here. I should have went and got the damn tripod, because that's what Don got it for. And I'm not even using the thing. And I can't even get you guys a good shot at it. Because, yeah. I don't want to get paint all over my phone either. My son is at home. I dropped off his he wanted to be Jason Voorhees for Halloween, so I dropped him off a like a mechanic suit, like a jumpsuit like he had in the movie. I could get rid of some of this shit. Anybody need some irrigation piping? Usually works out. It usually works out that she gets him 1 year for like Halloween and shit like that. And then it'll work out that I get him another this year. I mean, I was out of the loop for so long that I spend every holiday by myself. Like, my girl tries, but I just before I had my son back, I wasn't interested in any of it. And to an extent, I still am that way. But like, if I had him, or if he wanted to come down, for Halloween, I would definitely take him wherever he wanted to go. But he's gonna be 14 in a few months. You know, he's got cousins on my girl's side, his friends that he goes to school with probably. So, all I'm doing is just fucking sitting around the house, fucking jerking off a can of paint. So, I dropped him off a jumpsuit. His mother was supposed to get him a mask, and I told him, I said, you should probably make the knife out of cardboard and you should make the knife out of cardboard and duct tape, because out in Fall River, if they think it's the real thing, I don't want my kid getting shot. I don't know. I came through. I actually waited out in front of the house for him for like 45 minutes yesterday. Waiting for him to get out of school, and he was screwing around with one of his buddies. Alright, we're going to do a light skimmy. Never ends up the way I want it to, but it's fucking fish eyeing already. Some spots. Something tells me this ain't gonna be good. I knew I should have got prep all. I knew it. I should have got prep all. Smoke a little bit of a butt. Let that tack up a bit. What's in my pocket? Show off the mess I'm making. I like to as evenly spread out as I would like it. But of course I didn't prepare my work area. And yeah. Touch that? No, it's just scratches. Oh, that's my plan. I get fucking high as giraffe pussy and pass out on the couch. Usually what I like to do is I'll do something like this, let it tack up. I said this is a little thick right here. It should have just been kind of like if you were doing a guide coat for some sanding. And then once that starts tacking up like it is, because it's matte paint, then that cover. We'll start to do a cover coat. It's not a complete cover coat either. Cover coat, but it's not completely. You can still see through it a little bit. I don't want to get any drips, but I'm already starting to get fish eyes. So fuck off, man. Fuck's sake. Starting to get fish eyes. Whatever. Hopefully I can cover it up with multiple layers, or if not, this will be a nice fucking base coat for when I fucking sand it again. And I do it properly with prep all and shit. Hey Bruce, how's it going, brother? It's just me and the rear tail panel today for Halloween. My girl's off at work. I'm in the basement in the dungeon. Anybody that needs any fucking irrigation line? I hate to fucking throw it away, but I'm gonna. And then I gotta get rid of all of this shit. This is all fucking pack rat shit from her ex that I still haven't gotten rid of yet. Man, he got the lights off. My lights are on, but they know better than to come here. It's not that I'm mean or anything, it's just I don't have anything to give you. Fuck, I wish I had some candy. Something tells me Mike go upstairs and wait a little while and then put another coat on. It's supposed to be ultra matte black, but it's fucking shiny. I know I should have just got fucking primer black. This almost looks like semi-gloss. It shouldn't have fucking fish eyes in it. Alright, I'm gonna let it fucking dry for a little bit. I'm just gonna listen to my guts. I'll let it dry for a little bit. Rearranged the living room so that when my kid comes over tomorrow, he's got somewhere to hang out. Ready to douche off the fucking table later on. Get rid of all the trash. And then those braille holes you were seeing after this. Show them off real quick. That tape to the back of the panel. I knew I should have got fucking primer black. I saw matte black and was like, oh, that'll work. Nope. I don't think it's gonna work. These are made in the USA and quality GM restoration parts. Signed off for by hey Gibby, how are you? So this is for that braille, the braille holes. Line them up here. I have a picture of it with this installed. Well, not installed, but they were just sitting in there. Will look better once it's black because the center of these are white. And C. It was an old thing we used to say when we were a kid about Pontiacs. It's kind of an old racist joke, so I don't really say it. But so yeah, that's what the braille holes are for. For this, I actually bought this emblem before I bought the panel. So I guess that makes it, unless that paint job comes out differently and when it dries it's flat. That's what I need. I need it to be flat black, not semi-gloss. If it doesn't dry the way I want it to, I'm gonna not install this and not put any more paint on it until I get the right can. I was gonna get, you know, just primer black, but it had this weird fucking cover on it with like 5 different spray shots on it that you could dial to get to a different like spray. And you know, it seems like a good idea on paper, but like you try using shit like that and it clogs up. It's like I spent $10 on a can of fucking paint I can't even use. Yeah, Fords for Life is Gibby. A lit cig will definitely get rid of ticks, or it'll burn your ball bag. I seeing people make you the painter you ain't. Yeah, that's true. But that freaking paint, it was drying like semi-gloss. It says ultra matte black paint and primer. I should have just got fucking primer black. Oh well. And move on. If it doesn't dry flat, then I guess it'll be a nice base coat for when I sand it all down and repaint it with you know, primer black. You know what I did wrong? I didn't use the rich technique. I didn't have my hand on my hip. I wasn't dancing with it. That's what it was. Unbelievable. This paint looks like the paint I used on the grills. Non-alcoholic eggnog. Probably gonna fucking destroy my stomach later. This is what I do about the trick-or-treaters. See ya. Oh, fuck. Lock this. Get any people walking in. It is. And it's starting to mat up in certain places. Fish eyes. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Fucking fish eyes everywhere. Whatever. Alright. Oh, the heartburn. So, we're getting fish eyes. Hopefully. Alright, so I'm going to leave this alone until it fucking completely dries. Dry. Hopefully it dries matte. And then if I have to, I'll put a light scuff on that, maybe, and go over it with another couple of coats. Or I wait for it to dry and then just go over it with another coat, wait for it to dry, go over it with another coat. But that all depends on what it dries like. It was looking like it was drying the way I wanted it to, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't a complete failure. But either way, if this ends up getting fucked up, I'll sand it all down and restart it, because this piece has to look good. The paint is fucking pooling up in that, though. The paint is pooling up in that, which isn't good. It would have been better if I hung this. It would have been a lot better if I hung this. Alright, let's just let it dry. We're gonna let it dry for a while. Motherfucker, dude. Blood pressure's up there. Fuck, dude. Alright. You got a Chevy, Bruce? 4.3 is a good motor. It's basically a small block. It is a small block Chevy, missing the two back cylinders. Or the two center cylinders, we'll say. What is it, an S10? Oh, man. I gotta get this blood pressure looked at, man. Just out of nowhere, I get these flashes. Embarrassing sometimes. So I'll be out and, like, fucking stripping my clothes off and stuff. And fanning my face with my hat. What the fuck's wrong with that guy? I'm getting old, leave me alone. This is why I don't like doing the orientation this way, because I cannot see the comments unless I am constantly touching the screen. It'd be my fault in the morning doing 60 down the highway. 01, so that doesn't count. Silverado, short bed. Yeah, Gibby is a bad influence sometimes. We all are. Oh, this is a good community. We raise each other up here. We don't fucking, we're not like fucking Fat Boy and beg for the fucking internet to come help him with his piece of shit. And then when they finally come out of the woodwork to try to help him out, treats him like shit. I heard somebody had offered to give him an engine stand or an engine crane or something like that, and he was fucking calling him at 5 o'clock in the morning and shit, asking about it. Like, jeez, dude. Like, I'm all for like getting tools donated to me. That's what Dizzy did for me, but like, I would have never gone up his ass, fucking, like, bugging him for the shit. Like, whenever the man has time, you know what I mean? Work something out. Fucking blowing the guy's phone up at 5 o'clock in the morning. When I'm not stripping wires. Yeah, Job has got no tools either because Dizzy gave them to me. And that set of tools was a bunch of cool shit. I showed it off on one of my lives. There's a nice big welding blanket in there, so I don't burn down any more vehicles. 2 siphon feed. No, 3 I think. 3 siphon feed paint guns. So that'll be good for when I finally paint the car. Even when I go to paint it all flat black, I'll just use the guns to paint it instead of rattle cans. It'll come out better. And there was that, and then there was a DA in there. That's gonna be vital when it comes to sanding down the body on the car. The DA sander. That's gonna make life so much easier. And all I have is a small little compressor, but whatever, I'll make it work. What happened? Oh, I was just mentioning off some of the tools that I got from Dizzy, Richard's tools. That's just an inside joke because Richard was saying fucking people were stealing shit out of his '57 Chevy, so we call the tools that Dizzy gave me, we call them Richard's tools. The final coat of paint on the trailer. I got a $20 paint gun and tossed it off. Yeah, that's usually what we did over at the garage that I worked at. You get a bunch of them Harbor Freight gravity feeds, and we used to use them mainly for like POR 15, because you ain't cleaning a paint gun after you spray that shit through there. That shit's gonna harden up and it's gonna be done. But the paint guns that he gave me, they're the old school siphon feed. I want to say they're both Ingersoll Rand, but one of them I know for sure is Ingersoll Rand, and they're both the old school ones, like when shit was made properly. So that's probably why they're still around. Is that they're like from the 70s or 80s. And then the other thing he gave me was a bench grinder. Still in the box, brand new. I haven't even opened the box yet. He says, when he brought that up, I'm like, dude, that's too much, man. That's like brand new shit. And then the other thing is like body shaping tools, dollies and stuff. He opened up his toolbox and grabbed that shit right out of his like personal toolbox that he uses and fucking handed the shit off to me. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. That's right out of your toolbox. He's like, I don't even use the shit, dude. Look at it. The paint's not even chipped on it. Like, yeah, you will actually use it. So he gave me for body tools. He gave me some of those shaping hammers, a couple of dollies, and then there was a brass hammer, a small brass hammer that was in there. All that shit will come to great use. And then, like I said, on the last live, I think it was, my buddy Timmy, he's gonna let me do at least a floor pan of my car in his shop with the 2-post lift, and he's got a nice 220 welder and everything. I mean, I could bring my welder over if I had to, but he's got pretty much everything I need. So and I think he said he's got an old engine hoist over at his dad's place that I could have. So I might not have to buy a new engine hoist, which I'd rather not, because the newer engine hoists that they make, in my opinion, they're flimsy. I'd rather use an older engine hoist from the 70s and 80s than what they make now. No, if I grab the thing and it needs a piston, I'll get a piston for it, or I'll get it rebuilt. I don't care. Yeah, Dizzy is definitely cool people. Definitely cool people. I kind of felt bad because I left a little bit later than I expected, and getting to him took me a lot longer than I expected. So by the time I got down there, it was like 5:30, 5:30, and then I had people blowing up my phone, um, waiting for me back at my place. So I didn't get to spend as much time over there as I wanted, but got a bunch of pictures. We met his significant other. She's really cool people. She's basically like the same person as my girl, you know. Really cool people. She helps him out in the museum and stuff. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. It's not like real big like you think, but it's enough, dude. And he's got a lot of cool shit in there. Broke a new one, lifting a 7.3. Yeah, that's what I mean. Fucking. I used one once, and it was like the metal split. Because you know how you can adjust them. You can move the boom in and out and set the pin and adjust them. I had it. I didn't have it, probably at the appropriate setting, but I couldn't reach the fucking hooks on the thing, so I got the thing not all the way out to the end, but like the second one out, and it fucking split the fucking steel and just, did one of these, and I'm glad I wasn't standing underneath the thing. If I do end up having to get a newer one, I'm gonna go around and look at all the welds and fucking clean them up and finish them myself, because that's another thing I've seen with some of these tools that have to be welded together. Poor welds, fucking, they don't finish the welds, they don't wrap the corners, nothing. yeah, I would definitely, if you got the time to head down to Worcester, Mass, I would definitely suggest going down there and checking the place out. He's also got some quads and shit over there. He was like, "Oh, I wish you had more time. I was gonna let you rip the quad around and shit." I'm like, dude, don't fucking don't threaten me with a good time. But no, that was real awesome. Him doing that because I don't have um, because like I mentioned before, I wasn't always this person. You know, I wasn't the best person in my past. So I burnt a lot of bridges, a lot of good bridges too. Um, and I'm building some of them back. Well, the kid Tim that I was just talking about, I never really burnt him per se, but you know, he saw what was going on and kind of separated himself from me for a while. So, I'm not used to people willingly like helping me out, you know, give me stuff to help me out with my project because, you know, back in the day, I probably would have fucking tried selling the shit. You know, I'm not even gonna bullshit. Yeah, yeah, no, I tell myself that all the time. You know, and I try to tell my son that too because he seems to be having a hard time accepting certain things and tell him, hey man, you can't change what you've done. All you can do is do better from here on out. You know. And honestly, fucking, even though things went, you know, shitty, and you know, I'm not proud of my past. I honestly wouldn't change too much about it because it made me a better person in the end. So I see it. It's dead over here. We live in the projects. It's not really projects. It's too nice to be called projects, but that's basically what it is. And you don't really get too many trick or treaters around here. The only way I'd sell this shit is if it was actually Richard's stuff. No, I couldn't do that to the guy. He's too good for me. And then, oh man, when I got back and I did the live showing off the tools, I was mentioning what I got left to buy, and one of them is those vice grip clamps. You know, the big C clamps, but they got the vice grip end on them, so you can clamp panels together and stuff. I gotta get me a bunch of those, and I need to get like yeah, you need to get a box of self tappers, zip screws, or those things that they call clecos. And you drill a hole in your panel and you stick them in there and they hold the panel together for you, almost like a screw. But then you can take them back and reuse them on other shit. I was thinking about getting a bunch of those, but yeah, I'm really excited about the aspect of being able to do the floor pan of my car at a garage. I told him because I don't want to like hold up his bay for an extended amount of time. So if I could, if I only get the floor pan done, I'll be happy with that because I can do all the rest of the shit at my dad's house, no problem. I'm not worried about doing any of that other shit. The only part of that job that intimidates me at all is that floor pan. I'm gonna sell Rich's car to Barry. He's gonna have money to buy it first. I had a way of getting my hands on that car, I'd get my hands on it and I would start a series. I'd have my Firebird and that car sitting right next to it. And I'd have his car running within a day, moving and driving within a day. And then I'd cut it up and make it a two-door. Yep. I'd cut it up and make it a two-door, and then, kind of like shove it in his face. Like, see, look at what I did. Sitting in the sun. Yeah, no. Well, when I'm done with the metal work on the car, like I said, it's gonna be flat black for probably the longest time. Cause I'd freak out with a nice paint job, especially if I did it myself. But eventually, it's gonna end up being probably Bruce to green. I've tossed around the idea of white. If it ain't right, paint it white. You know what I mean? But I really like the Bruce to green. And when I go to do that, I'm probably gonna use trim clad maybe. I think I'm thinking of the wrong stuff. I think the trim clad is the flat black stuff I'm gonna end up using on the whole car. Yeah. Hey, you live and you learn, man. We used to paint cars all the time at the shop I worked at. He would go to the auction and pick up vehicles, and then paint them and make them nice. And we probably could have taken up stock in white paint, because that's what we would do. Fucking, if the body was in real bad shape, just paint the thing white, because it just hides everything. You're right, paint it white. Yeah, I like rust on certain things too. Patina type shit, like an old '57 Chevy. Or like just like an old winged car. I can maintain nice paint. It's just, oh man, I'd be so anal about it, like wanting to park it anywhere, and the first scratch it gets on it, I can already see, once I get all the metal work done, like I'm gonna be so anal about parking it next to other people, because the first dent that those panels get on them, I'm gonna fucking, I did that once with a Suburban I had. I rhino-lined the whole outside of it, because it was all like, the rockers were all fucked up and shit, and I hacked in some rockers and a bunch of other stuff, and to hide all the welding scars and stuff, I just fucking, I've heard that linseed oil. I've heard that linseed oil trick. That actually it works pretty good. Yeah, my battery's getting low, so I'm gonna bring you guys downstairs. Take a look at panel, see how she's drying up, and then I guess I gotta shut this fucker down and let it charge because I was just sitting there the whole time on the charging cord and it barely charged. This thing usually charges pretty fast. Alright. So yeah, it is starting to mat up. But I also got I really should have hung this and painted it. That's what I should have done. I should have hung it and painted it. I'm almost tempted to fucking tip the thing over and let that run out, but I'm just gonna let it dry in there. Because if it dries like that, that should be fine. Hey, take care, Bruce. Thanks for stopping by. It's fucking drooling up in there, too. Fuck off. I should have hung this thing. And look at all the fish eyes. Fucking A, dude. Yeah, this is gonna end up getting scuffed and repainted. Can already see it. I'm gonna let this fully dry first before I put any more paint on it, though. Jesus Christ, look at that one. What the fuck, dude? Fuck. Well, let this be a lesson to everybody else. Don't use fucking Windex to clean off your parts after you scuff them. I probably would have been better off if I just took a rag and wiped the dust off of it and not used the goddamn Windex. Use actual fucking prep all. I'm just hoping once, because that's drying up and you can still see the... Fuck you! Whatever. Whatever, I'll just have to scuff it up and repaint it. I am, however, I'm gonna let it dry completely. And then I'm gonna get some actual prep all. I might pissed off and did it with Rust-Oleum. That's what this is. Ultra matte black. I already went through like half the can already, and I wanted to do the back side of it, but what'd you use? Did you use because I on interior stuff and like what I used on my grills, I used what's it called? Semi-gloss. I like to use semi-gloss on interior because it's not wicked shiny. It's a little bit shiny, but not wicked shiny. This looks like it's gonna dry like that. Not like that, but like that. So that'll be cool if it does. Right now I gotta wait for it to completely dry. And then I'm gonna have to go out and get some prep ball. I'm probably gonna have to fucking sand this out of it. And then I think the next time around I'm gonna hang it from the ceiling. So that way that doesn't happen again. Duplicate vinyl. Yeah, I have some of that vinyl cover for some interior parts that I bought. Well, I didn't buy, they're actually given to me. Mark gave me they're not door cards, they're like door cards for like the back seat. Like when you're sitting in the back seat right next to you. So I got this shit for that. But then I was like, this stuff ain't gonna work, because I was gonna use it on the dash, on the parts that didn't come through, that it didn't cover. But it didn't cover correctly. So I was gonna return it, but then I remembered we got those with the credit card that day. So couldn't return it. I don't know. This stuff ain't cheap either. I think I paid like $13 a can for those 2 cans. And I can't even return them. I think that's what my plan's gonna be for that panel. I'm gonna I'm gonna let it dry completely, and I'm just gonna wait for tomorrow. Just let it completely dry, and then go get a little can of prep all or acetone or something, and I'm gonna scuff it up a little bit. Make sure it's really clean. I'm gonna let it dry after I clean it. And then I'll spray the rest of that can on it while it's hanging this time, instead of laying down. So it doesn't fill up that groove. For all I know, because it's matte black, it'll kind of like dry in, but denatured alcohol. Yeah. I just used fucking Windex. That is stupid. It's me rushing stuff because I'm also trying to clean not clean, but, oh yeah, clean. Trying to rearrange shit so that way the living room isn't all fucking blown out with my car parts. I feel bad because a good chunk of my car is sitting in the living room. Then I got another little chunk of my car in my bedroom. And then I got a big chunk of my car in my father's basement. And then another chunk of my car in my father's garage. Yeah, brake clean's no good for that shit. New hit single, fucking up the paint. Chunk of my car, Matt Decker. Yeah, there we go. Got a chunk here, we got a chunk there, we got a chunk everywhere. You want to steal my car? You're going to have to find it all. Alright, I think I gotta shut it down because I got it plugged in again and it's still not charging. Yeah, the thing is though is I should have known better. I'm just fucking I'm rushing because I'm impatient, but it's like, why am I rushing myself? You know, shouldn't be rushing myself. I tried to do the right thing, you know what I mean? Laying down that nice light coat, and I could see the fucking fisheyes in the light coat. I should have just stopped right there. Yeah, I don't know. But like Gibby just said, it's learning. It'll be nice looking and it'll be sweet once it's on the car and there isn't a baseball sized chunk missing out of the back of my car. But I gotta shut this down so I can charge my phone. Appreciate everybody stopping by and watching me fuck that up. And on to the next one. Thanks, guys.